Hello.
Hey, hey.
Good evening, ladies. How are we?
Super. How are you?
Oh, I'm excited. I was excited for this. And I'm just going to put it out there. Ange, I have a huge woman crush.
Thanks.
Totally love you. Love
Thank
your
you.
vibe. So yeah, I think, Bill Freeman, dear good friend of mine, um, there was an event over the weekend and I didn't think I was going to make it. I made it. It was him, it was preserving the paranormal or preserving the history through the paranormal. And Laurissa and her team were there. And I won tickets for this haunted attraction, which I never heard of.
Right.
So I'm like digging the whole thing. I'm happy about it. I think it's another connection. And I think, I think Bill brought it together. So I'm happy about that. And I'm excited to share you guys with my audience.
Awesome.
So let's start. Ange, obviously you would have had to have tell people who you are and what you're about.
Hey everyone, I'm Angie. I'm the Scream Queen at Waldorf Estate of Fear. A haunted house owner for our 18th year this year. Yes, 18 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is not hear about this.
Yeah. It's our second property. So we started in Palmerton. When I had my final child. She is 18 now, and that's how I remember. We started a haunted house. It was $6 to get in because we owned a building and we owned a construction company and we wanted people to know what we did. So we had this space in the attic that we couldn't do anything with, started a haunted house and made them walk through our showroom. And that is how it all began for $6. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. So were you guys into the paranormal before, or were you into like the haunt type stuff? Because I'm learning there's two worlds here.
Correct. Two separate worlds kind of collide, right, Laurissa? Yeah. We So I was always into horror movies, scary things, haunted attractions. I'm an October birthday. My mom's an October birthday. My grandma's an October birthday. It's just who we are.
Yeah.
Since I can't even remember when I've been watching horror movies and going to this stuff. And my husband was like, we can't do anything with the attic. So you love horror movies, make a haunted house. I was like, okay, easy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
not at all.
Sounds it.
But it grew into more, and then the basement became a haunted attraction, and then we had a tractor trailer in the parking lot that became a haunted attraction. Then our showroom, we didn't even walk people through the showroom anymore. It became a haunted attraction at nighttime. So we moved to where we are now, which is Hell House, the Abaddon Hotel in Lehighton.
So the house.
Yes.
You acquire the house.
I don't own the house.
Okay.
So I rent the house. Country Junction, actually, who's right next to us, own the property.
Okay.
I run the attraction.
But it's your house.
Correct. It is my home. Don't ask to come in. You have to be invited.
Exactly. So you get now. Were you seeking out an actual haunted location, or did it just happen that way?
It just kind of happened. It kind of fell into our lap that we went into a meeting. They're like, hey, that house over there. And I've said, I can make a hell of a haunted house in it. And they're like, yeah, you should. And so we moved our attraction to there. Just kind of fell into place. Yeah. And we've been there. I think this is our 11th year there.
So
and it became Hell House like 6 years ago. All of you learned that it was Hell House.
Right.
So
the experience you had experiences obviously in the house.
Yes.
aside from which would have led you to Laurissa and her team?
So I met Laurissa because her daughter works for me.
Nice.
Right. And Laurissa, I don't even remember the first time we met. I don't even, you came to the attraction and then you were like, hey, we should do an investigation. Was that it?
No, what happened was my daughter Samara, who's also a
That's
medium, went over to work for Angie. She loves makeup. So she went over there. She's like, Mom, can I go do makeup over at the haunted house? I'm like, okay. So
Nice.
she's 15 at the time. And she came home, Angie, from the first dress rehearsal.
That's right.
She said, Mom, you got to go in there. And I said, why? And she said that it's haunted. And I said, well, tell me why you think it's haunted. Because if you've been to Angie's attractions, they are scary. So I just assumed it was.
She was scared.
Yeah. But she was like, no, Mom, I heard this, I heard that. And so I said, ask Angie. I told her to ask you. And then she came home. She said, oh my God, I can get in. So kind of how it came to be.
Right. My mom's into the paranormal stuff. She works at the haunted attraction and she likes to go on investigating and all that stuff. She's really into that stuff too. But yeah, we've had experiences there. I've had actors that had experiences there. So it's not that I didn't think there was anything there. I just knew there was nothing. Let's clear up. Laurissa said it's the haunted.
Right.
It's not, doesn't mean that there's evil beings there that don't want us to be there. It means that there's people who haven't passed. Correct, Laurissa? People who are still hanging around and
because they love the house or they like you. It could be family members. It could be somebody attached to, anything.
Right.
And especially if they love what you're doing.
Right. Laurissa, you say they do.
Yeah. When you transition over to me, I'll tell you about all those fun spirits that she has over there.
All right. So can you clear something up for me? Because somebody told me this, and this is why I was like, wait a second, am I really supposed to do? Because I relate everything to like horror movies, right? I can't. I used to be able to watch them. I can't watch gore anymore. The only one I can watch is my Michael.
Favorite best movie ever made, Halloween original, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
And Halloween Ends is coming out October 14th, and I'm like, I can't wait to see it, but I don't want it to end.
It's
like it can't.
Michael never ends.
No.
Well, I think I have it figured out, and I don't want to say it. I'm going to be sad, but yeah, we'll see, right?
No, I was like, okay, maybe they'll start doing like prequels or something. Like,
maybe.
I don't know. He can't. We can't leave my life.
Right. I agree. Totally agree.
Well, Jamie Lee can't live forever either.
This is true, but I don't know. This is true. But oh man, now I forget where the heck I was going with that. Oh, so somebody told me, and I can't remember who this was, but they were like, that's like a house where like a haunted attraction where real people died going through a haunted attraction. And I was like, what? I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, you mean like this is like in real life? And they're like, yeah. I was like, stop. And they were
They
like,
believe it.
Yeah.
People do believe it. Yeah. It's Hell House. The movie Hell House. No.
Why'd you hesitate? I felt a little hesitation there, Angela.
It is a found footage movie. So something in it could be lingering, but people did not die in the house for real.
Okay, so there's like no police reports
that I know of.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, that I know of for sure. But we cannot find history, right, Laurissa? We can't find history.
I was going to clear that up. So after we did our first couple of investigations and we were like, oh my God, this place is really haunted. Our historians actually went looking for history and there is nothing. Like we asked Angie, we asked everybody we knew, we checked newspapers. There is nothing.
Yeah.
This is the third location in a week that I've heard this about.
Strange.
That is.
Yeah. My grandmother's 88. She says someone died out front. So I'm assuming that person ended up somewhere on our property, but she doesn't remember when. You know what I mean? But man, I think was hit by a car. Yeah.
It was a boy hit by a school bus.
Okay. There you go. Thanks, Laurissa. She knows because she probably talked to him already. Yeah. Right? Am I right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the haunted attraction. Okay, so good. Now I feel better. I feel a little bit better, but I'm still a little scared because I watched some videos and I'm like, oh, you know what I'm used to? I'll be honest with you. Every year it's been a tradition. I go to Eastern State. So that's always been my thing. So if you've been to Eastern State, you know what Eastern State is, right?
Yeah.
And I watch yours and I'm like, I think I'm going to die of a heart attack if I go through this thing.
I will be honest with you, Taryn.
You don't need to be. I believe it.
Yeah.
I looked at my boyfriend.
Be a lot.
I looked at my boyfriend who's not into the paranormal, not into this stuff, but he humors me. He goes, you know, and you know, he's my big bed, you know, Army veteran, you know. So, you know, I looked at him and I'm like, sure you want to do this? He's like, what are you and what did you do with my girlfriend? Like, yeah. Like, I thought I'd never hear you say that. I'm like, yeah, but did you see this video? I'm like,
it's fun.
Yeah.
We tell a story there. There's a story. So and I just had the Haunt Hunters. I don't know if you know them. The Haunt Hunters were there last night. And he really put it to me like, we tell a story. Like any haunted house can jump out and character, whatever. But our characters build up a story, which is a storyline on our website. They tell you a story and we play out that story. So everyone is afterwards, I'm like, he's just looking at me. He's like, I'm just taking it all in. It's just so awesome. Much, you know. That's awesome to do to someone who goes to haunted houses all the time and reviews them. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
for sure.
Yeah, it's really, it's something.
Yeah, no, I think it's awesome, and I love what you do, what you guys do, and I love that you work with with Laurissa. You trust her team and everything. Like to have that trust. You know what I mean? Is this says a lot for the team for sure. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yes.
So I do want to say this, that HSPP has been the only group in there up until recently, right? I mean, you're opening it up, right?
What do you mean?
It's opening.
It's opening.
It hasn't. We're still the only one that's been in there, but yeah, like I think Angie was about to say, we're gonna.
Right, I think Laurissa, we're opening up for teams, who are investigation teams starting this year that they can come in and investigate on their own. They will absolutely be there. Larissa's going to be there, and her husband.
Awesome.
No, we don't need to summon any real demons or anything inside.
No, we're just there to make sure that nobody does any. Like you guys are investigating. You do your thing. We're just making sure no portals get opened.
Absolutely, because then we have a problem.
Right.
Yeah, you don't want that. And people and it's smart to have somebody there. Again, like I said, there's that trust, that trust, right, between the two of you. So and you need that. You need that, especially with what you're doing. You know, I try to tell people all the time, all the locations I've been to recently, I'm like, you have to remember that, we're coming here and investigating, but there's people that either live here still, or there's bed and breakfasts. People come here. Like you want to keep the peace,
right?
You don't want to do anything bad, especially to bring any bad juju to a historical location, a place where, we're doing all the right things to put the restorations into it and to help out and to do this and do that. You don't want somebody coming in there and messing up, bringing bad juju in.
I think it's also important to point out that these are people who have passed and they're still here. That's what's in there. And that's their home. And I find, Angie laughs at me all the time because I'm afraid of my own shadow. If they don't like you, they don't like you. It doesn't mean that they're evil. But you can't just be bringing any kind of riffraff in there because it is where they live.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so that's awesome. I am looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it.
It's awesome. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Promise you a good time. Yeah.
Oh, I feel it. Like I'm totally digging the location. I'm totally digging this whole experience. So with that, Laurissa, what are some of the stuff that you're and your team, like you go in the first time? Like, I mean, have you found that because you go more, the activity increases more because the energy or the spirits in there, like know you and your team?
So I will tell you that the first time that we went in there, we did a personal, like private investigation before she ever opened the haunt. And I was skeptical because even though I can see and hear and all that great stuff, I still, you know, I need that like balance. Like I can't always live in my head. So a lot of times I rely on the team to be like, no, that was a door creaking. Like, you know, so I went in there, you know, trying to be skeptical and trying to not believe that it was really this haunted. It is. The scariest experience I had was walking up the steps to the attic. Angie knows I have a love-hate relationship with who hangs out in that attic. He won't hurt you, but he just loves to bother me. And when I went up the stairs, he yelled right in my ear, and I had like the EVP recorder headphones on and it was so loud. It was so loud, it was heard on everybody's EVP recorder afterwards, although nobody else heard it in real time.
Yeah.
And I just was like, so that was the first experience. The basement I had some experiences in. There's a bar you're gonna see. There's so many entities there, Taryn. And the best part is they all think that they either work at the haunt or they are part of the movie, because the evidence that you will listen to, and I've shared it with several people, repeats lines from either the movie or Angie's haunt. And I don't want to give too much of her stuff away, but there's like, for example, there's like this electronic voice that comes through on an EVP where we had opened it up to an investigation, and you just hear these two voices overlapping each other on a camera with one person who was there in the room, and they're like, come play with me, come play with me. And it's just the creepiest. And that is something from an older haunt, because Angie changes it every year. It's from something from an older haunt that she did, and they're still reliving it. It's crazy. And then I have other EVPs of people reciting Latin, of all languages, Latin, which
because Laurissa, we did that.
Yes.
Yeah, we had like 2 years ago, they were talking Latin at the end.
Wait, but the best part is I just want to clear this up. I didn't know Hell House until I met Angie. When I didn't know any of this. So I'm not a horror fan like that, because you have to understand, from my perspective, I see people in their dead state sometimes. I don't really like all that gore and that stuff. And I don't like it now. No, yeah. I don't like being jumped at. So I didn't know, like Malachi from Children of the Corn. I have an EVP where somebody whispers something in Latin and then they say Malachi. And she told me way after the fact, oh yeah, that's Children of the Corn. We have that out there too. And I'm like, wow, these guys think that they're really, these entities really think that they're part of the haunt and the movie.
Okay, I'm back to rethinking my decision.
I did have one entity. I did have one run through the bathroom holding a knife, wearing a mask. It was a younger guy, and he was reenacting something, and I just let him go by. And the funny part is, we did get a camera. We did get the kitchen door swinging open from the bathroom to where the dining room is, where he ran. And you can hear me on the video say, that's nice. Somebody just ran past with a knife. And then there's that video footage of the door swinging open and shutting. So it's active. You're going to get some stuff in there.
Awesome. So Jossie, she's one of my peaches who will be, attending with me. Do you know who they are or why they're there? So I was going to say, like, a little bit of the history of the house. Maybe if you guys said you couldn't find any. That's right.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you who I have found there. And I don't know if I don't know what all other teams might want to know. Like, as a psychic, I usually don't want to know anything. Mm-hmm. So do you want me to say what I found there?
Oh yeah, I'm not a psychic medium. Okay. So I come and I investigate. So I like to have the historical, I like to have the facts, and not, sometimes I don't like to hear like the ghosty stuff, but I don't care either. I always just go in and afford my own bias, investigation and opinion anyway. So
the ones that I can verify by my senses, I cannot verify them on paper, but who they've identified themselves to me as. You have a man that hangs out in the basement. He can be a little nasty. He's not evil, but he's a drunk. He was in the Navy. He died. His wife left him. I think he's Vietnam era. I don't think he's organic to the property. I think he kind of wandered over and he's over there now. I think all the energy of people coming through is actually what keeps the entities that get there because they're fed by all of that energy of the people coming through that house, during the year. So he lost his wife and his children. He's an old salty dog and he will yell at you. So that's one guy. I don't remember his name because there's so many there, but you'll know who he is. Trust me. You'll know who
Sometimes feisty can be fun.
He's but he talks like a sailor.
Yeah.
He likes to fish. He was talking about fishing on Friday night when we were there. So, but he doesn't like women, and he won't hurt you, but he'll just let you know he doesn't like you.
Yeah.
Then there's a guy in the attic who I think might have worked there when it was a restaurant, to be honest with you. But he likes to be called the magician. We have a digital photograph of him in a top hat and a cape looming over the banister of the attic. He jumps on women's heads. He's funny. He thinks he's funny. I don't have his name, but there is a little boy there named Franklin. His name. They love to play in this one bedroom. If you put anything out, they will play with it.
Oh, awesome.
There's a woman named Amanda in the bar. There's a woman named Emma in the bar. There's a woman named Claire who looks like she ran a brothel at one time, like 1800 style. She's her and Beatrice, the two of them. They're over in the dining room. So yeah, there are people who have identified themselves, but I have no way to verify. I mean, they could be saying whatever they want to me. I know what they look like. I can definitely describe them to you. But I mean, are they telling me the truth? I have no idea. There is an Amish man, though, in the outhouse. Angie, you don't know about this guy? He's over in the outhouse. He has 8 kids and a wife that's not allowed to talk, and he gets mad. He quoted Bible scripture to me for 20 minutes the other night. I couldn't get away from him fast enough. Just so you know.
Wow. I will be like, okay, get it. I'll go to church. Like I'll
I do go to church.
Well, see, I know if somebody was like reciting Bible scripture to me, I'm like, okay, well, I've somebody trying to tell me I'm going somewhere else if I don't go to church.
Yeah. So there's a lot of spirits there. There's different layers of time. There's a guy, Keith, in the kitchen, by the way. He used to work in the restaurant when it was, he's a younger middle-aged kind of African-American guy, heavy set. He's super cool. Like, he won't bother you. He'll just follow you around a little bit, and then he goes back to the kitchen.
One of my peaches says, so how will he be with a pagan there? LOL.
No. You know what? I don't know. Like, if they really, I don't know if they really care about that. This guy was really upset because we were in his house on his property and he doesn't realize that it's no longer a farm. Like, he straight up kept trying to tell me about his donkeys. And I'm like, I don't know where your donkeys are. Like,
Aw, that's
I know.
Megan Triggle said, did any of the actors from Hell House report any activity while filming?
No, we weren't there very long, only like 8 days each time. We really filmed the movies pretty quickly. The longest length of time maybe was 11 days for one of the movies. So they weren't in there long enough to,
Yeah.
But Laurissa, do you think that an entity could have came with me from the other haunted house? For sure, right?
I think
the lady that runs a brothel.
Lady that runs a brothel.
My old haunted house was a brothel. The whole upstairs is a brothel that I made into a haunted house. And I named her Mabel because she was there with me.
See, now that's interesting. So she told me the first time I went in there that her name was Beatrice. She yells at Amanda to get back to work, and Amanda's not allowed to talk to Keith, and they're different time periods. So it's very interesting. You can put a portal out or a SB11, SB7, whatever you have, a Phasma box, whatever you have, you can hear the two of them bickering. She definitely is a businesswoman, and she definitely means business.
Yeah. I wonder if it's the same person. Could be.
Probably.
Yeah.
I can describe her to you if you want when I see you.
Yeah. Interesting.
Megan said there are 3 and they are amazing.
Oh, the movies. Thanks.
Movies.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. I do have to say though, the first one was the best. In my mind, first one was the best.
You know,
I'm sure people will agree.
So you know what? I have to say that, you know, I probably have to watch them. I have to say I haven't, because I got to a point when I watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre with Jessica Biel in it. That did it. I was like, I couldn't eat pizza for 2 weeks and I couldn't eat soup for 2 weeks. Like, I was like, I can't watch these movies. I had such anxiety watching it. Right. So because it said Hell House, I was like, oh, I know where this is going. You know what I mean? Like in my head, it was probably like all gore and this and that.
It's
right.
not gore
In my head,
yeah.
I just pass over those titles where it's like, you know, all the ones that I know. I'm like, oh, okay, like, you know, Valentine Massacre, you know, all that. I'm like, yeah, no, I gotta skip
It's
this.
not bloody, really.
No.
Well, good. Now I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, not at all.
It's just creepy.
Correct.
Yeah. Well, I saw the video for the haunted attraction, and I'm like, holy good God, what am I getting myself into? I'm kidding. I can't wait. My friends are all excited too. They love it. How can you watch? What platform?
Oh, I just saw a release. Where was it? That they're releasing all 3 on something. You can watch them on Shudder. Shudder is the original. Terror Films is the ones who made it, and it came out on Shudder, all of them. But I think they're on Amazon Prime. But and if I can find it on my Facebook, I just saw that they were releasing them like in a week. The trilogy, blah blah blah. Let's see if I can.
It is Prime, Angie. We watched it on Prime.
It is on Prime for sure, but I think there was something else. Let me just go to the Facebook page.
My daughter loved the movies. They are on Shudder. Hell House is on Amazon Prime. So people are saying Amazon Prime on Shudder.
Yeah.
And Megan said Hell House.
YouTube AVOD is just going out on that now. You can watch the franchise for free on their official YouTube AVOD channel. I don't know what that is. October 6th to the 14th, and there is a big announcement on the 14th.
October
from Terror Films. So
October 14th.
Yeah.
Well, good. Now, when Michael ends, I'll have something happy to look forward to. You'll be helping me with my grief. That's good. That's awesome. That's
Hellhouse is now my official favorite horror trilogy. Oh, thanks.
Yes, I wanted you to see that. That's cool.
Oh, I love it too.
I absolutely love Hell House.
Hi, Ducky. That's one of our team members.
Did you see Alex said hey? Did you see that, Laurissa?
Who said hey? Oh, my husband. Hi.
That was back there. But I had it up, but you were talking, so I didn't want to interrupt you. So the haunt, what is it? Friday, Saturday, Sundays.
Fridays and Saturdays in October, 7 to 11. So that's when our haunted attractions are, 7 to 11. And then after that, we go into paranormal investigations from 12 to 2 most nights. Sundays, there's 3 Sundays. We do Escape Hell House, which is a 30-minute. I say escape house because no one escapes.
I would probably sit in the corner and cry and pee my pants.
Correct. When you watch a movie, you'll understand. You get to break into the building just like they did in the movie.
Sounds fun.
And you get to explore where all the movie is, film sets, pretty much.
Yeah.
In the dark with a flashlight, and you never know who might appear. You have 30 minutes of that. You get to go into the basement.
And you got to try to escape?
Without
knowing who's jumping.
I call it escape, but you're not really escaping. You're just getting to tour it. Because if you watch the movie, you'll realize that you can't leave once you're in.
Oh, damn.
True. So we did it the last 2 years, I think, maybe one night, and people really liked it.
No. I wouldn't survive.
It's fun. It is a lot of fun. Yeah.
We don't go anywhere by ourselves.
I'm not going anywhere by myself. That's for sure.
Angie does, though.
Yes. Yes.
Well, it doesn't surprise me. You know, I again, like I said, I have a woman crush, so I'm like, I know she's probably like, she's like, yeah, I got this. Well, you're probably used to it though, right?
I'm used to
But
it.
the
Yeah.
stuff yeah, the stuff all the stuff. I mean, when the haunt isn't going on, I got a question. When the haunt during this season, when you do the haunt
Hmm.
and the days that there's off, have you noticed an uptick in the paranormal activity that's happening there? Like,
Well, I don't know. I don't have any senses for paranormal. I mean, like
have you
when I'm
ever
there
had any
sometimes and a
experience?
door slams shut that is not able to slam shut because it has a really old knob that you have to turn to close it. Yeah, I kind of go, I think I'm gonna go now.
Yeah.
But
So
like
you haven't really had any experiences yourself.
just that, like I have a door in my control room and it's a very old knob and I have to turn it to close it so it latches, but it slammed shut one day. I was there by myself. So that was a little weird. I have actors. I had someone who worked for me. He was a Wiccan in the attic, and Laurissa, you've confirmed that there's somebody there. He used to always say, like, man, he's grabbing at my legs and I'm trying to work. And he
Well, you
wasn't
are
scared,
sensitive.
obviously,
So you're sensitive.
but he was scaring other people who worked there.
No, her worker. She's saying her
My
worker.
worker. It was one of my workers.
Oh, I thought
He
you
told
said
me about the guy in the attic. So I knew there would be something in the attic.
right.
I can answer your question, Taryn, about the uptick
Yeah.
during the
Yes,
season.
thank you.
No, I don't. I'm just gonna say this because I didn't get a chance. Angie's very busy with the haunt, so I didn't get a chance to tell her what happened Friday night.
Correct.
The haunt opened last night, and by the way, we got a sneak peek to go through. It's absolutely amazing. And being in the military,
you.
I've been all over this country and been to haunts, major haunts in some of the craziest places. Hers is amazing. So
Thank you.
that's number one. But Friday night was the night before she opened, and we had a tour of about 6 people, just small group experience. Those spirits, when I walked in, I said to my husband, it was just me and him, and Angie was showing us how to turn the lights on and off. And I looked at him and I said, Alan, it is different tonight. It feels different. They were amped up. They were ready for Saturday. And let me tell you, I had more activity that night than I have ever had there. So yes, there is an uptick. They know when it's happening. They love the energy coming through. And they were on it. They were on it so bad that me and one of my so good, I should say, that me and one of my investigators were setting up before the 6 people arrived. And we ran headfirst into each other trying to get out of a room because of all of the sensors going off at the same time.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
So do they think that they're part of the show?
Yes.
When we're doing it, they think they're part of the show.
100%.
So you could really honestly get haunted and think.
Yeah. That's awesome. Who can say they have a haunted attraction that's haunted? And again, haunted, they're not going to hurt you.
Right.
Haunted.
No, they want
they're scaring
so
you.
that has been my mission
Yes.
when I started, is that if you ask me what, because everybody would say, do you think your place is haunted? Well, that's like the best of everything. Say you have a haunted attraction that's haunted.
And I think they're trying to impress you, Angie, because you didn't come back. You didn't come back on Friday night.
I did. I was out in the parking lot in the ticket booth. I just didn't come in. I didn't want to bug you. Everything was fine. I thought I won't sneak in. Aw.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. That is nobody really, I mean, a haunted, location that's a haunt. And
then you didn't even know. We didn't know.
Yeah, no, you didn't know.
Mm-mm.
So does that make you feel, I mean, well, obviously you love it, right?
Yes.
How about family? If you don't mind me asking, if you rather, like, are they like, in support of this? Or are they like, you're crazy?
All of my family works there.
Oh,
everyone works there. My mom, my sister, her family, my niece.
Who sets up the attraction? Do you?
Yeah, myself, and I have my nephew who's been working there since he was, I don't know, 12 or something. Him and I have an employee from our construction company, Steve. He is my work husband, my right hand, my everything. If I need anything, I do not call my husband. I call Steve. We work there. I have a couple people who are actors that come in that help me build it. But I mean, at the end of the season, we close the doors. We wait till it's warm enough. Normally, now we have stuff going on, but normally we wait till it's warm enough. We go back in and we start doing our changes. So Yeah. So September, like Larissa's like messaging me, and I feel so bad. Like I didn't respond to you guys. September and the week leading up, I don't even know when I eat, sleep, do anything just to make sure all my ducks are in a row. And I now have all these actors who are now chatting with me and messaging me and what is this and that. And it's craziness. I forgot how crazy October is. So like now tomorrow, I'm like, hey, I don't have anything I really need to do. Once it opens, it is complete calm, you know?
Yeah. Now,
So,
do you go to the haunted attraction, or you kind of just let it do its thing and then?
oh no, I'm very active part of it. But during the week, I don't have to do anything. Like I have a couple things to fix tomorrow that, yes, already broke the first night. That a door got ripped off the hinges, of course, already. And yeah, so I have some stuff to fix. But once it starts running, it runs itself. I'll be there every night and running around like a crazy person. But everybody knows their role and does their part, and they're extremely good at what they do. So
Now, when you open it for paranormal investigators or teams, should I say, teams, what is the do you have a schedule? Like, you know, can they
Laurissa.
stay overnight, all that stuff?
So it's Angie's not there. It'll be I mean, she might pop in, but it's us that are there. The time is from 8 to 2. If you want extra hours, that's, you know, you just got to schedule with us. Basically, you just schedule. You book it and you say, you know, I have an extra investigator. I want to go earlier. I want to go late. Whatever you need to do. We're pretty accommodating. It's myself, Alan, and maybe one or two others that be there.
Awesome. Well, I mean,
Karen, you said sleepover. I would love to have an event that I have people sleep over and a horror movie happens around them.
Oh my God.
Awesome.
Right? I just got to figure it out. I've been throwing it around.
Like, that's awesome. But then I was like, wait a minute, what did I just say? Okay, I'll
right.
just go.
It's totally awesome. But I feel like people are really only in the mood in October.
No.
But they are. I try to do like a Friday the 13th. Let's do a Friday the 13th night. And I just don't know.
We have Friday the 13th, Angie. We sent it to you, but you were busy.
Right. I know. Friday the 13th, January, we're doing paranormal. So, but yeah, I don't, you know, I'd love to do a Christmas haunt. But I mean, I know, but you're doing it for one weekend. You're changing everything inside for one weekend. Yeah, same with like Valentine's Day. Yeah. So it's a lot of work. I guess what I'm saying is it's a lot of work. And I'd love to do it, but it is a lot of work.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah. But
I know
if you build it, they will come.
Yeah.
So Angie's not she doesn't like until us, she didn't really know like the paranormal community and like the kind of stuff that we do, and like that we're pretty much our October is pretty much booked way in advance. Like we as teams.
Oh yeah.
So she doesn't know, like, Angie, I'm telling you, we investigate every chance we can. Like any chance. Like I know my team is booked all the way through December of next year. It's what we do. So any time of year you're going to get somebody.
Oh yeah.
Right. So this is our first.
I have something booked in April next year already.
Right. So this is our first go round. Right. Yeah. We're going to like, so now people know, people are finding out. So we're hoping now that we'll be booking all year round. But like you said, I'm trying to like we're trying to cram this stuff in October. And like, we just had a conversation that we were talking, she told me, and I said, people are already booked. Like she already told me that. I'm like, we're only going to get people coming to the attraction that want to hang out and do a paranormal because the teams are already booked. So now we got to look for booking for next year already. So I get it now.
So we offer, just so you know, we offer 3 different things at the Waldorf, just so people know, outside of Angie's escape room and haunt. Like, so we offer the guided tours, and those are 2 hours. They're pretty much a mini investigation. It's really for the novice. It's for people who don't have equipment. We take them around and we take them to the hot spots and we do the experiments and the tour. Then we have, starting in December 9th is our first one. We have the public hunt, which goes from 8 to 2. And that's for people who don't have a team, but they have equipment and they want to come and mill around and see the set and do what they want to do. And then we have private team nights. So we're trying to accommodate all of the genres of the paranormal community at this point.
And that's awesome. And because, you know, there's, you know, you get to a point. I mean, I've in the last I told you in the last like 2 weeks, all these new awesome places are popping up, and I love it. You know, and I say this respectfully to anybody. I'm not. I talked about it last week on my show, but there's all these pop up mediums and psychics all the time. And all of a sudden, I love seeing the pop up locations where I can go investigate. You know what I mean? And when I say pop up, I mean that respectfully, only because I haven't heard of it, but you've been around for so long, and I'm loving the fact that I'm able to spread the love and get it out there so people know there's. I mean, look, I went to Eastern State for like 15 years. I would go to Eastern State. I'm like, yeah, I want to try. This is awesome. And I was like, I don't know, but it looks amazing.
It's a good time.
I like the novice investigations. You have to start somewhere, and it used to only be with like 200 people at the larger locations years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. So it won't be like that. Yeah.
No.
Even when it's that, Laurissa, it's going to be not, what's our 30 max people?
30 max. And I want to be fair and point out, yes, I was born with sight, right? And lived my life that way. But this team, HSPP, only was born itself in 2020. And we came to be by me and my husband going as novices to Trans-Allegheny on a public hunt. So we get it. Like you have to start somewhere. And the only way to really get you to experience like how to be an investigator is to throw you out there. So Hell House is a good location because it's not huge. It's only the 30 tickets. It's huge enough to accommodate 30 people roaming the outhouse, the property, and the building is big, but it's not, so large that you'd be intimidated in the sense of like, oh my God, I'm going to get lost like you would be at Trans-Allegheny.
Right. Which I haven't done that yet, but here it's humongous.
It's insanely huge, and it is insanely active.
So I'm pretty sure I did acknowledge this person earlier, so I'm not sure why she's saying that, but I'm acknowledging you.
Hi.
She's, but I do have a show to do, so I can't really. I'm trying to talk and have a conversation, and I don't have somebody behind the scenes putting the comments up or anything. So I'm paying attention to you guys and letting you guys talk at the same time. So I don't want to interrupt either, like I just did for that. Anyways, so let me say, we'll get there. Oh yeah, definitely. That's one of my peaches. So
what do you call them? Peaches?
Paranormal Peaches. That's our little group that we got. We just did Hinsdale. So our next one is, gosh, I think our next one's that's been announced, right?
Which one?
The private.
Oh yeah, no, you're good.
Okay, yeah. I'm like, I don't know, should I be saying something but I can say when we're going. So we're going, we're going January 28th.
I'm excited. I can't wait to see you in your group. I'm going to sit in the control room like Angie does when we go through and watch you all jump. I cannot wait.
And I will be there. I'll see you too. I won't be there for the whole time because
that's fine. Yeah, no. I was going to say, you better come give me a hug.
I am, definitely.
She's going to call Laurissa like, yo, is this chick sane?
No, she's good.
None of us are sane. Let's put it right out there.
This is true.
Oh my God. But yeah, it's open. Just so you know, it's open December 9th. We have the first public hunt, but the privates actually don't kick off until January 14th. So you actually are the first. You will be, unless somebody books January 14th, you'll be the first one in there since us.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm liking that. Nobody book. You hear me? I'm kidding. I'm not saying that. No, please book. Yes, with Peaches. Yeah, they're all here. They're all watching because we can't wait to come. So, awesome. Is this person for real? Am I in the Twilight Zone?
Maybe her feed isn't working.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. But anyways, so with the public, with the what is it called? the haunted attraction.
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting a question. Is the house heated?
No. Surprise. It's not a surprise. We do warn you. And if you read everything, the house is not heated or air conditioned. And in the winter, you'll be using porta potties.
And can we bring heaters? Like, is there
Not,
electric or
not electric heaters. Mm-mm.
no?
The electricity pretty much gets turned off.
Yeah, we have heated jackets. We're good.
Correct.
And I got heated
Smart.
jackets and lots of blankets.
Yep.
We went through in December, guys. It wasn't cold. The attic can get stifling in the summer. I will tell you
Yes.
that. But
It's still warm now.
It was comfortable in December.
Can we light a fire?
No open flames.
Right. One of the rules, no open flames. You got it.
Yeah, so yeah, we're gonna have to bundle up. Oh, this is awesome. I'll get to snuggle with all my peaches. It's awesome. We'll be snuggling.
Yeah, it is chilly.
That's all right. We'll survive.
So
right?
why are you peaches?
Well, it's just because there's 8 of us, and we always do. We're friends. We're all best friends, sisters actually, and we do everything paranormal. We go to events. We go to we'll do investigations, and we just decided to, we're going to be the Paranormal Peaches. I don't know. We just decided that was the route to take it, So, where we had 3 investigators to go to the bathroom at the same time in the middle of the night. Yeah.
There's porta potties.
What did I say? Oh, can we light a fire? Oh, okay. They're just talking about something now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's good. We'll be roughing it, but I'm cool.
Right.
Like, give me, and maybe that'll help with, extreme. I'm not saying it's extreme weather conditions, but when you're cold and stuff like that, like sometimes maybe that can help with getting evidence and stuff.
Right. It is cold in the control room when I'm sitting in there. You guys are at least walking around. I'm sitting in there making sure everybody's safe, and it is freezing.
I wasn't cold last night, or the night
I'm
before.
I'm saying when we did it in the winter.
Yeah, a lot of the people do get cold. I don't. Maybe it's because they're like the entities are plugging into me. I don't know.
You're lucky. You're lucky. But as we're talking about freezing, hi from Florida.
Hi.
So we've had somebody from Indonesia. We had somebody from California. We've had somebody from Oregon. So that's good. That's how I'm up. Yeah, I'm awesome.
That's cool. We had somebody drive in from Tennessee on Friday.
Nice.
That was cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Do you think the movies helped a lot with traffic?
I do. I think it's been a slow go. I thought that, the hope is when you make a movie, like some big producer is going to be like, oh my God, this is amazing. And it's going to the big screen. And that didn't happen.
UK.
So the UK has Hell House has a big following in the UK.
Oh, that's
it's
awesome.
Much more popular over there than it is here. Steve Cognetti, he's the producer, writer, everything about Hell House. That's what he tells us. So, and the movie is like a cult following. So every year, I think more and more people realize that the Waldorf is Hell House or the Abaddon Hotel. Thank you. Big screen. Yeah. I wish it would have went to the big screen like we were all hoping. But more and more people see it. More and more people love it. There was just a producer that listed his top 10 films or top 5, and we were on it.
Yeah, I'm seeing this now. Yeah, it is. It's like starting to become relevant in my social media passings and everything. You know what I mean? It's starting to become a thing.
So it has helped people come in now. It is very funny when someone comes out and they're like, holy shit, that movie was made here. I'm like, yes. They didn't know. Like they came and they're like, this looks familiar. And once you're inside, you'll recognize stuff. And they were just like freaking out. I'm like, yes. I mean, we put it everywhere that it's made there, but I don't know what, like people don't read. They don't pay attention. I don't know.
Well, we had some questions about the legend.
What's the legend?
But I told him I don't know much about either. I'm not from here. I don't know anything.
Wait, what's the legend?
On our website, the legend about Oliver Summersby, and he's the antagonist in the attic in my haunted attraction. He killed everyone one night, and who works
so
there.
That's where that came from. That's where everybody's telling me, like, oh, I was like, and I said to the person, like, wait a minute, was this a movie of a haunted attraction? People were getting killed, or this happened like real life? And they're like, it was real life. It was like, I'm like, wait, I'm like, was it like a Blair Witch movie, or was it like, you know, like you thought it was real, maybe, and maybe it wasn't? They're like, no, it was real. It really happened. I was like, why am I going to a haunted attraction where people got killed at a haunted attraction? There, I was like, what am I doing?
It is funny when we post stuff on Facebook or Instagram. I see people commenting like, "Dude, do you know what happened there? It's Hell House all over." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know what happened. I'm in the movies." Like, yes, I do know. I said, "Just come on down," you know.
Megan Daskin, has audio from the movies been played back at the site? And if so, does it amp up activity?
Has audio
yes.
Been played back to site? Yes. You're saying yes, Laurissa?
You're Hector? Dun,
yes.
dun, dun.
Yes. So everybody who watched Hell House knows Hector. Hector is sitting in the haunted house at his piano, and he does play the piano when they walk through. So you're saying that does rile them up?
It does, because it's right on the way into the dining room.
Yes.
And the dining room, just, if we don't turn the set, like we turned the sensor off one of the recent nights we were there, and it wasn't as big as when we put the sensor on and then went in there. Then it was like, oh.
Jocelyn, no guarantees. No guarantees.
Dude, I'm with her. I'm with her.
No guarantees.
You'll see me and her both running out.
If the clown
me, her, and Kim, the three of us will be running out.
Mm-hmm.
I had somebody.
We'll see you outside then.
There's four of us. There's four of us now.
Somebody said that those clowns moved the other night. Now, I didn't see it, and I think your eyes might play tricks on you, but they were like staring, and they're like, dude, it's moving. And I'm like, you know, I'm on the other side of the clown. I'm like, and I looked at them and I said exactly what these people are saying. I said, that clown moves, I'm gone. Like, I'm not saying it.
And that's what everybody says. Yes. Yeah.
If that, oh, there, Alan's disagreeing.
They didn't move, Alan says. Exactly, Alan. Keep them straight. Come on. Not during the paranormal part. They're not going to move anyway.
Man, there's clowns there during. Oh no.
It's the original clowns, right, Angie, from the set?
Absolutely. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't like those clowns.
I have to like lock them up. I'm worried someone did break into the Waldorf a couple of weeks ago before we opened.
Really?
Yeah, and I had just done a photo shoot there, and I had the clown from the movie, the main clown, and that clown does not ever stay there. He goes to my house, and he lives in my home so that no one will steal him because he's a one of a kind. And I was terrified that they went in and took him, but I think they got the door open, and I think they were scared shitless and left.
Yeah.
They unhooked my camera outside and everything. So they knew what they were doing.
I went into that house by myself to use the bathroom, and everybody was outside getting equipment. And I was like, no. So if you are brave enough to break in there, like you're brave.
That's bad juju.
Yeah, I think it was just some kids screwing around, but once it opened, they were like, "Oh shit!"
Good, they got what they deserved. Then
I hope not in that basement. No.
Yeah, well, hopefully one of the spirits that were like, "Oh, I see what these kids are doing." Let's scare the shit out of them. We get to be a real haunted attraction right now, guys. Let's do this.
Right. Yeah.
There is one, and I'm interested to see when you guys go in January what you get on this. But there's a man in the basement who is he's completely a shadow. He's not a shadow person in the traditional sense, but the first time I ever met Angie and I went down there, I looked right at her and I said, Angie, you get shadows down here, don't you? And she said, we do. I came face to face with this. You ever see American Horror? It's the best way to put this. You ever see American Horror, the original American Horror Story?
Yes.
My favorite. The
black.
Best.
Okay. The dude dresses all in that black leather. I had the earphones on me, and dude straight up put his head right in front of me like this, all
Laurissa,
black.
I never see a thing I don't see things. I was on vacation 3 weeks ago. I needed to talk to somebody about it. So I saw that shit, and that was the best way I could explain what he looked like.
Okay, so everything happens for a reason. I'm interested to see. Friday night, he did that. He got right in my face. I turned around and I said to Alan, it's time for me to leave. And Alan was holding the SLS. I can't see the SLS. He's holding it on me. He went, it's a good idea because he's literally right on top of you. I am very interested to see what you get. He also set the REM pod off when we said, Angie, just so you know, they wanted me to go into the back area where the cage is.
Yep.
And I didn't want to go. And the REM pod was right in front. Mm-hmm. And I took a step towards it. He stepped, now I can see this, nobody else can. Right. He stepped out in front, like to block me from going, and set the REM pod off. And I looked at everybody on the tour and I said, I'm not going back there. That's a no.
Wow.
It is so funny you say that. American Horror Story Original is my inspiration for that haunted house.
That was my favorite. That was my favorite one. And it's the only one
Can't leave. Don't you? If you listen, you cannot leave. All my stuff that they're saying, you can never leave. You're stuck here.
Oh yeah,
round circle. Same. Yeah.
Wow.
So
nothing. Weird. Everything is a coincidence. Everything is a coincidence.
Yeah.
Or is everything a coincidence?
No, nothing's a coincidence.
No, it's nothing's a coincidence. It's all there. It's all.
So that's weird because he did look like the dude in all that black leather, and I don't like that dude one bit.
Okay, so I'm going to say this now. I've only talked about this with the Peaches and my boyfriend. I didn't tell anybody that I saw. I think because I said I had to reach out to a couple of my friends that actually research stuff like this. Because I don't see nothing. I can hear, but I can't. I don't see anything. And for me to see something like that, and that's exactly how I described it. The black. I said it looked like the guy. I said, did anybody see the American Horror Story? I said, and the black shadow guy that was wearing that like pleather bodysuit. I said that's what he looked like.
You'll see.
Alan said his name is the Shadow.
So I was on Phasma. Yes. So what happened was I was on Phasma and I can't hear them. I'm in the cage. I don't want to be in the cage with the shadow, but I'm in the freaking cage with the shadow. And they're all asking questions and they asked, what is your name? And apparently I answered the shadow.
Oh.
I don't know.
And he said that he said his name, the shadow, on the Phasma box Friday night. Right. Yeah. Kim is saying nothing negative, though. No, I think earlier you guys said nothing negative.
No, I like to describe it like this. First off, if it was something truly evil, and I've only ever encountered that in 41 years of my life, twice, I won't go into the property. I will not.
And I wouldn't be there anymore. They wouldn't allow us to be there.
Right. So, but you know how I describe it is, these are people who have passed. They don't like everybody, just like living people don't like everybody. And sometimes if they don't want you near them, they're going to do stuff like set off sensors and try to get you to fill your britches to get out of there. Like that's what they do. So no, it's not negative. Nothing. I've never been scratched. I've never been pushed. Knock on wood. I've never been hit. I've never been bit. It's not like that. It's more of a like
fun.
They're excitable.
Yeah.
They're excitable.
That's awesome. And that's
right. The one day we walked in and you were like, oh my God, right. We're in the attic. He is so excited for you to get started. Like,
jumped right in my face.
Yeah.
I said, I did a quick about face. I said, I'm not staying up here. He was like, all in my face, ready for the haunt. I'm like, dude, you don't work here.
Yeah. Like you're like, enjoy the afterlife. You don't got to work anymore.
Right.
Oh, for real.
Right. Oh my goodness, ladies. That was a quick hour.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very quick.
All right. So real quick, just run a cap down again. If you want to just say about the haunted attraction, where to go to get tickets, the days and all that stuff. And then Laurissa, if you want to do the investigation parts of it, just to kind of let everybody know again.
Yeah, Waldorf Estate of Fear, WaldorfEstateOfFear.com. It doesn't get easier than that. 2 attractions. We're open Fridays and Saturday nights, 7 to 11. We stay open until everybody gets through. We talked a lot about our house because it's paranormal, but we do have an outdoor walking trail, all based on your favorite horror movies. It's so much fun. The sets are larger than life. You actually put inside the movie, so it's a lot of fun. So that's every Friday and Saturday. 3 Sundays. starting this Sunday. Yes, we have Escape House, which is a 30-minute escape room. Not really an escape room, but kind of. You're not getting out, so I let you out. And that runs from like 6 to 9 or 10. Every half hour, people are going in. And then Laurissa, you can tell them, oh, wait, go to our website for tickets or just show up. You buy tickets at the ticket booth, cash only. You use your
Cash
credit card
only.
online now. Cash only, ding, ding, ding. Laurissa?
High
Paranormal?
Spiritual Informative, paranormal.com, Eventbrite, Linktree, put in HSPP. You'll find all the social media. All tickets to everything we do is on there. Our main event, our main attraction is Waldorf. Before I go, I want to thank you to all my team members that were on tonight for HSPP, Loretta, Ducky, Marlena, Sky. Thank you guys for watching. They're
Thank
awesome
you.
investigators.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm looking forward to having a relationship and getting to know each other and maybe working together and doing some stuff together, investigation wise, you know what I mean, and stuff. That'll be cool.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much, Angie. I know you're probably so busy in the October season, but so I'm happy I caught you early because I'm sure.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. It's great.
Anytime. I would love to have you on anytime.
Thank you.
You as well, Laurissa, you and your team. Thank you so much for, helping out. And, because I'm sure, if you didn't have somebody there to help out when you're not there, the other stuff couldn't happen. So appreciate
We keep the riffraff out, Taryn.
Yeah, that's how you got to do it. That's how you got to do it.
Thank you for having us. We were looking forward to this. Thank you
so much. You guys have a great night.
Thank you. You
Love
too.
you guys.
See you soon.
Bye.